All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It is March 3rd, and we are 25 days from opening day. But first, we got to get through spring training. Today, the Yankees took on the Detroit Tigers behind Nestor Cortes Jr., who looks to continue working out the kinks as he makes his return in 2024. My recap, your reactions, coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope your weekend is treating you better than the Tigers treated the Yankees this afternoon. Most of us getting back to work in about 16 hours or so. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And if you're not watching live and you're one of these people who listens to the podcast on the subway, on the way to work on Monday, I'm sorry, you start work much sooner. I tell you what, though, it's going to be a blast watching Juan Soto this year. He has never had protection in the lineup like Aaron Judge, and I think he's enjoying it. Didn't do a recap yesterday because my internet was acting up, but I did watch the game. Marcus Stroman looked pretty good. He's getting late movement. He's throwing strikes. He's working quickly. He looks confident. He looks healthy. He got off to a really good start last year with the Cubs. So if we can get another good start from him and find a way to manage his health throughout the season, he could be a big, big part of this rotation, bigger part of this rotation than I think a lot of people are anticipating. Not much of a lineup yesterday on the road versus the Royals, but today we had a much more representative lineup, except for Alex Verdugo. He had to be scratched because he got hit by a pitch in the leg. He's apparently fine. He did some outfield work, but unable to hit today. They're giving him a couple of days to get better.
And you don't know what pain is!
But aside from that, we had 6 potential regulars in the lineup today. We had the only ones who weren't starting were Verdugo, Volpe, and Glaber. We had Judge, we had Soto, we had LeMahieu, we had Rizzo, Stanton, we had Wells. I'm loving that they're rocking the pinstripes during spring training also. It's something they used to do during the first spring training home game, and in recent years they're doing it more, mixing it in. So I definitely like it. I like the blue also, but I think there's something just better about watching the pinstripes. 25 days until opening day. Stick around for the end of the show today. I'll keep it somewhat short. I've got a 3.5 minute or so preview of my new podcast, We're the Dudes, filmed in my other studio yesterday. It's out now, and I want to give everybody a little taste. And there's a QR code on the screen that you can scan and check it out. But it looks like the chat is filling up.
All right,
let's recap.
go. Let's get it going.
Jared says this team is pure garbage. Oh, jeez. A little early, my friend. It is March 3rd. We got 25 days till the season starts. Everybody is just kind of, getting in shape, getting their timing down, things like that. Let's not overreact. Nestor Cortes served up a home run in the first inning. Pretty clear to me that it was helped by the wind. You could see Lockridge kind of drifting. It looked like he was kind of drifting with the wind, and everyone in the ballpark, including the announcers, sounded surprised that it carried out. Look, I mean, that's spring training. The wind is a huge factor. But other than that, Cortes pitched pretty well. And the Yankees bounced right back in the first inning.
There it goes. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Home run for Juan Soto.
Another dinger. Another dinger. This one was not helped by the wind. Let's take a look at it. Breaking ball out over the plate, and he just launches it. It's not a big uppercut swing. It's a much more level swing than most home run hitters. He just makes perfect contact, and he's got good bat speed, and he muscles it over the right field wall. I think he's one of those people who just hits the ball nice and clean. Like, he barrels it up, and that's why he gets such good power. He's got a home run over the left field wall off the scoreboard. He's got one to center field off the batter's eye, and now he's got one to right field. So he's homered to all parts of this ballpark. All he needs is an inside the Parker, and he can take the rest of the spring off. But let's hear it for Mr. Juan Soto. Laser Show.
Laser Show.
After the home run, I thought Nestor Cortes bounced back pretty well. Cutter was sharp today. He threw a couple of good curveballs, a couple of good sliders. Fastball was sitting between 92 and 94. He was spotting it pretty well. He even dropped down to throw one of those sidearm Laredo-type sliders against Akil Baddoo and got him swinging on a nasty one. Hashtag vintage nasty Nestor. In the fourth inning, Jeter Downs, the other Jeter at shortstop. And it's funny, both Jeter Downs and Alex Verdugo were part of that trade for Mookie Betts, and they're both on the Yankees now. But Jeter Downs made an unbelievable play in the hole to throw out Gio Urshela to end the inning. Had to go about 5 or 6 steps to his right, and then he threw across his body, and it was right on the money, and got the lightning fast Gio Urshela.
Nice catch. Yes.
May or may not have been sarcastic about Gio's speed there. Cortes was done after 4 innings. I thought he threw the ball very, very well.
That's nasty.
Nestor Cortes.
4 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 3 strikeouts. And you'll sign up for it at this point, given what he did last year with the injuries and so forth. Look, the fact that he looks healthy is more important than anything. The stuff is where it typically is when he is healthy. Getting good break on that cutter there, and then this is the nasty slider. Akil Baddoo had no chance, not ready for that. Tigers took the lead off of new lefty off the new lefty the Yankees picked up from the Dodgers, Caleb Ferguson. He didn't look real sharp, but again, nothing to worry about. Still early in spring. Soto picked up another hit in the bottom of the 6th, his second hit of the game. He is hitting a cool .667 this spring with a 2.616 OPS. You will take it.
He's on fire.
He got pinch run for by Greg Allen, who promptly stole second base and then scored on a double by Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo already has 7 RBIs this spring. I think he's going to drive in a ton of runs this year if he stays healthy. And Juan Soto also has 7 RBIs. Look, you don't want to read too much into spring training stats, but you'd much rather these guys be hitting the way they are than slumping. So we will take it. Got a call about Riz the other night.
Hey, Derek, this is Thomas Palmer. Calling about Rizzo. I'm glad Rizzo hit that grand slam. It was a long time since I could say, nobody beats the Riz. Have a good day. Thank you.
Nobody beats the Riz. DJ, Judge, Stanton, and Wells all went hitless today, but as long as they're healthy, I'm unconcerned. I saw someone comment a minute ago that Stanton looks exactly the same. Again, don't read too much into it. He's still working on a new swing path as well. As spring goes on, hopefully you'll see him progressing and hitting the ball harder. But as long as he's healthy, I have full confidence. He didn't do much in 2018 when the Yankees picked him up in spring training and then hit 2 home runs in his first game. I think he really lets it loose once the season begins. And he's kind of just going through the motions somewhat in spring training. Tigers opened it up in the 8th off of Marinaccio. He had Marinothing-o today. Mechanics were all out of whack. 2 walks, 2 hits, got nobody out. Tough day at the office, and the Yankees drop their first loss during one of these recaps this year.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Jared Williams says, that's the Rizzo I want to see. Me too. And the save situation says, good to see Rizzo back on track. Brandon Dillman says, you think if the Yankees offer Soto $550 million, he turns it down? He probably could get more in free agency, but that's a ton of money to turn down. There was a story a couple weeks ago. The former executive with the Miami Marlins who negotiated the contract with Giancarlo Stanton and offered him that $325 million contract, said that Stanton said to him, don't offer me that because I'm going to have to take it. He didn't want to stay with the Marlins. And he said, don't offer me that because I can't walk away from $325 million. Well, we already know that Juan Soto walked away from $455 million with the Nationals. Add on another $95 million, according to your offer. Hey, it's tough to say no to that. I mean, especially in a game where you can get hurt any day. You know, you can. Tony Conigliaro. I said that wrong. Tony Conigliaro took a fastball to the eye and was never the same. You know, there's been baseball is littered with guys who got hurt and their career was never the same. Somebody offers you $500 million, you should probably take it. Panda Crespo says Marinaccio was awful today. I agree. I 100% agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Jared said Rizzo has a concussion last season and was playing through it when he wasn't looking too good. We talk about that all the time on this channel. Timing is so important to a baseball player, and he failed a number of reaction time tests last year. Played with that injury for way too long, if you ask me. Probably very unsafe. Bernie Gannon says, this is totally just my opinion, but I think the Yankees should only ever wear the pinstripes at Yankee Stadium or as home team in the All-Star game or select events. The Class A uniform is special.
Absolutely. Hey.
I hear you. It's a good comment. I'm not going to say that I agree because I like the spring training pennies. But, yeah. I do like it when the teams, you know, wear their actual jerseys during the All-Star game. I think they, maybe last year, maybe the year before, they started wearing, like, you know, American League and National League jerseys, which I don't like. I would much rather have every player wearing the jersey for their team. Anyway, tough day for the Yankees. Let's take a look at the box score here. You see that Yankees actually had 6 hits today. Not very good. LeMahieu 0 for 3, Soto 2 for 3, Judge 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, Rizzo 1 for 2 with a ribby and a walk. And it's not just the hits and the home runs. The fact that he's drawing walks and seeing the ball well. That's what you need, seeing the ball well. Reaction time is more about, it's more than just swinging. It's knowing when not to swing. So good at bats. He seems totally healthy. Saw Ben Rice today. Stanton, another tough day. Wells 0 for 2. He is 1 for 10 on the spring. Lockridge 1 for 2. Vivas 0 for 2. He's slowed down after his hot start. Spencer Jones was out there today. He struck out looking a couple of times. Jeter Downs 0 for 2, but had that nice defensive play. And Luis Torrens 1 for 1 continues his hot spring. The pitching was a mess after Nestor Cortez. 4 innings of good pitching from Nestor Cortez, but after that, the bullpen was just bad. Poteet continues to look good. 2 scoreless innings with 2 hits, allowed 3 strikeouts. He's one of those guys that Aaron Boone has talked about being a sleeper who could potentially make the team. I like his stuff. Got a good, sharp breaking ball. But anyway. Yikes. So I want to see the Yankees continue to stay healthy, have productive at-bats from their key guys like Juan Soto and so forth, and then I'll feel confident going into the season. But nothing to lose any sleep about, losing a game 7-2. And Aviso Encarnacion says Soto is killing the ball. He is crushing it. All right, we're going to keep it short today because I wanted to get to this pitch for my other podcast. I'm putting a QR code on the screen so you guys can, go ahead and make your way over to the channel. But if you like this channel, this other channel is, me and my buddy just talking about whatever. We're going to do 10 episodes for season 1. There's 4 of them out there. Then we're going to take a break and probably do 10 more in the fall. Do like a quick, 2 seasons in a year of, 20 episodes or so. So we are 4 in, and he's a pretty good podcaster himself in the technical space. But I think you guys will enjoy this. And then when this is over, the podcast for today will be over, and I will see you next time.
Dudes.
3rd time we're doing this, dudes.
They don't have to know.
They do have to know.
It's like the first side's perfect. They don't know.
Just like they had to know you were late last week.
Yeah.
And this week, 2 minutes late, so an improvement.
I was actually outside at 1 minute after.
Okay.
And then I texted you, and you were actually late because you weren't waiting for me.
All right.
At the door.
The joys of podcasting. So, I mean, I was telling you last week that one time I did a show on NYY Recaps, and the way I deliver my show is I write a monologue during the game that outlines my thoughts on the game, my thoughts of the day, the stories of the day, and so forth. It takes about 10 minutes. I got to almost the end and just kind of gave a glance at the comments because the next section is I take comments, so I want to line up a couple. And all of the chats were, your mic is off, we can't hear you, L. And there was like a stream of L. Just like, I was like, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. And so I had to start over. So today we're recording, and I thought we had 12 minutes of just pure gold. We covered LeBron and Jordan, which we'll get into.
It's probably the greatest 12 minutes of podcast ever.
Like, if I had heard that 12 minutes, even if I didn't like sports or know who Michael Jordan was, I would have immediately subscribed.
It's actually the missing 12 minutes of Watergate.
So we got 12 minutes of my mic being unplugged, and I just happened to notice that when I was talking, the light wasn't coming on, and so we're starting over. So this episode is about sports. We're talking sports in general. Obviously, the people who are listening to this, other than my mom and the family members who listen to this, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think there's a few people who migrated over from my podcast, NYY Recaps, Yankees podcast, sports podcast. I am not super versed in all the sports. Like, since the 80s and 90s, I've been watching 162 Yankee games a year. I might miss a couple, I haven't missed one since 2017. And that doesn't leave a lot of time to be a fan of other sports. So I'm going to rely on you a lot for kind of the play-by-play on the best of all time. So we'll get to LeBron and Jordan later, but we were talking about William the Refrigerator Perry and how he had an awesome nickname. So that just gave me an idea. What are the best sports nicknames that you can think of?
The best sports nicknames. Oh, man. George Gervin had a good one.
What's that?
He was the Iceman.
Ooh, I like that. Like a serial killer.
Yeah, but I mean, in the 70s, it was probably like, 'cause he's so cold.
Cool as ice.
Cool as ice.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
The big unit, Randy Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt,
was Frank Thomas. Those were great.
Yeah. What was a Panda Bear? Sandoval?
Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
That's what they call him.
That's right.
Baseball has a lot of good ones.
They do.
The Ryan Express.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan.
That was a little.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah. Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Three Finger Mordecai Brown.
Yes.
I guess I'll give you one guess as to why they called him Three Finger Mordecai Brown.
Oh, man. Was it a girlfriend?
Obviously, you're not a golfer.